Normie religious belief. You only get one life. From this religious belief, normies try to consume as hard as they can, travel as hard as they can, experience life, and mog anyone they can in their one life. A normie philosophy on life is, it's better to live on your knees than to die on your feet. The good normie has the following traits in life: rushed, stressed, envious, and above all, fearful. The normie way of life makes sense if you believe that this one life is all you get. Incels have felt some of those, like envy of normies with nice bodies and who get a wife. Even with a belief in reincarnation, you are still going to feel human animal emotions and drives. But it's the level and intensity of it. Like we saw the globalist armies run in terror from the Taliban, abandoning their weapons and abandoning their allies in the country. It was probably the greatest humiliation in the last 100 years of military history. If you believe, as Westerners do, that after you die that is it, then running in humiliation made perfect sense. It's the same logic that a disease that allegedly has a 1% death rate, we lock down our society and take away freedom and enjoyment from our young because 70 and 80-year-olds are afraid of dying. Of course, these are extreme examples, but it shows how your religious beliefs affect all your beliefs and actions. And make no mistake, belief that you get just one life is a religious belief. Westerners look down on other peoples who have religions. Like a soy will pretend to listen to an ethnic on spiritual matters and pretend to be interested while feeling sorry for how ignorant they are and getting to look down on them for not being scientists. But normies and soys, they don't know any more than you or I do, whether we are in a simulation game or whether this is the one real world. And you can show how it is very probable that this is a simulation. And in a simulation, reincarnation is entirely possible. So the normie claiming to know that this is the one real world and reincarnation is not possible, it is a religious belief. I think it will be that we get to re-roll. And we probably can select some things in the re-rolling like gender, species, location, possibly even family line, possibly colors. Or we can leave those things random. I think the virtual worlds, MMORPGs we see are the beginning of the creation of entire universes, like our own universe. Since computing started, we are maybe at having 10 to the 15th power servers or something. And there has been an equal advance in the algorithms, so half at least of what our computers can do is because of algorithm advances. I did a complete wild guess that to simulate the Earth it would take 10 to the 80th power, and the universe 10 to the 120th power. With all sorts of algorithm tricks, it might be much less than that. But let us say it is that, and we look forward in our own world, centuries and centuries, it is within reason that we will have computing beyond that. And then as you start adding zeros, say 12 zeros, that is 1 billion times more computing power. So you can simulate millions of universes. Big BBL VMIF. There is millions of simulated universes and one real world. Then you must assume you are in one of the simulated universes. We see with the big MMORPGs, they have not just one server, but dozens of servers, and even different rule sets on some servers. When I thought about this stuff, belief can be viewed as probability. When I thought through this, I thought it just seems probably. This is a simulation game. And since Descartes, I think, therefore I am. I know I'm some sort of consciousness. That still doesn't mean we for sure can keep playing lives, but it just seems probable to me. So I had to say I don't know that we can keep playing lives, but I believe that is how it will be. Even of our own world, we know relatively little. I was reading a book about the development of science for electromagnetism, and it occurred to me if in the year 1700 I told people in a few hundred years we will be able to talk to someone on the other side of the world in real time, it would seem complete science fiction. Like sound waves don't even travel that fast. People would just think it is nonsense. But it eventually did become possible through phenomena we didn't even know about then. So how many other things are unknown to us? Dimension doors, for example, is fiction today, but will it always be? Techno-futurism I've always been interested in. And it's interesting how it starts going into spirituality. The Bible itself has a ton of science fiction stuff in it. Technology will allow us to create heaven on earth. Computers billions of times faster than now will be able to unlock biology and chemistry, and we will cure aging and disease in time. And with automation, computers and machinery and robotics will provide all our material needs.